All right, guys, we made it out to Sema. Total last minute thing. I haven't been in a couple of years. I went a lot of years for BC, with BC working the event. And then I went once without working the event, but I had a lot going on and it wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't get to enjoy it that much. So I'm really excited about this time. It's Ben's first time, so it'll be really cool for him to see Sema for the first time. Should be a lot of fun. Like I said, super last minute. We decided to come like a week beforehand, so I'm excited. I'm like kind of stoked to be back in Vegas. I've been here so many times for Sema that it feels like, I don't know, not home, but it just feels like a place that I'm used to being. So nice crisp air, it's like 60 degrees. Shaping up to be a good week, and we got something really fun planned this weekend. So anyway, we gotta go get some drinks from the store, get an Uber, see you guys at the convention center. All right, we are here in oh, look at this thing, dude. I already spotted something kind of cool. Dude, I mean, you should know this is the first thing I'd be hyped on. Look at those semi wheels. It's got a jet engine. Okay, anyway, look at that Jeep. Look at how big those tires are. We're in Brodozer land. This is the Brodozer area. So I'm curious to see Ben's reaction to the Brodozers.
Oh, I love Brodozers.
Do you like Brodozing?
I just wonder if there's any 7.3 power strokes on the 4-inch out.
I don't know, there's side-by-sides. Oh yeah, hold on, we gotta check this out. I wanna build a C10 so bad. Freaking bagged. I love when they have the super clean engine bay, like wire tucked. I like how they painted the engine all one color, like a diesel truck, like a 12 valve or something. It's kind of cool. The interior's sick because the seats are like new and reupholstered, but they look like worn. Yeah, this thing is. Look at that rear end, dude. I wonder what that's out of. I don't know enough about my solid axles. Yeah, this thing's really cool. Let me give you guys a far back look at it. That thing's sweet. So I've never really spent much time outside here. I always kind of just focus on the inside, but look at this. Look at this booth here. We got 2 stories. A Porsche down here. Another Porsche. Got an E46 M3 and then a new Supra. I really like this old Advan livery. I think this is a very cool livery. The yellow headlight tent and stuff. It's just a cool booth, cool display. I've never seen one like that here. All right, this thing is freaking sick. It's an old, like, ooh, would that be late 60s? I think late 60s. Chevrolet dually. It's got big, probably 22s on it. It's lifted, super clean. I wonder what engine's in it. Looks like a Cummins. Yeah, that thing's pretty cool. Oh, dude, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. This is sick. First gen Dodge dually with like 24s, bagged, super clean. Stick shift Cummins. That is sick. That is freaking pimp as heck. I love first gens. I wish you guys could see it better because the sun. I'll have to come show you again later. I wonder if the wheels match. The wheels match. No, they don't. Okay. Still though, it's like 24-inch truck wheels on side-by-side on the Brodozer with it. That's just ridiculous. That's just too much, man. I can't handle it. New favorites here. Got this bagged Chevy ITBs on a small block. Freaking lift up bed. Something. And then this thing is real cool. It's a ramp truck. They made it into a ramp truck with a freaking 308 on the back. Is that a 308 or a 328? I don't know my Ferraris well enough, but that is, I mean, that's ultimate goals, dude. Bagged out ramp truck. Dude, that's it. With a baller Ferrari on the back. It really doesn't get any cooler. That wins Sema for me. So I've just been on a mission to get my passes. I gotta go in this aisle here, but I keep seeing cool stuff. I'm so glad I didn't come here for a couple years because all this stuff is so cool to me because I haven't seen anything of this caliber in a while. The lighting is terrible. This is it, dude. You see this, Ben? Look at this thing. That is so pimp, dude. I wish it had like standard semi wheels, you know, like just typical Alcoas instead, but oh, it's got red interior. Oh man, that is sick. You can't see it, but it's really nice. And then this thing is super cool too. Look at that thing. Damn, man, all the trucks are making me hyped, dude. This is the kind of stuff I'm trying to see. So far, thoughts, Ben, first Sema.
It's pretty cool.
We haven't even gone inside yet.
Pretty dope.
There's just a lot of crazy stuff, man.
It's all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just like
one group or the other.
yeah.
But there's a Harlequin VW over there. There's a Porsche. And then there's this truck with the camper on it. Check this thing out. Paint job is wild. That is so cool. So 80s, man. Imagine towing your aluminum open car with this thing. Stunning. Dude, I'm just hyped this year on some of this stuff. Look at this Ferrari. It's like lowered, center lock wheels, cage. Look at this thing, 348 challenge car. Cage, look at the steering wheel with all the buttons. You probably can't see it. Look at those seats. You see that? They're just straight up carbon Kevlar, no padding, no nothing, just carbon Kevlar seats. That's wild, but it's still got most of the interior. This thing is so cool. Okay, we need to go get our passes. There's so much cool stuff I keep seeing. Finally got our badges. Deech Works was nice enough to hook us up with some last minute badges, so we are in. Definitely a sucker for rat rods. Supercharged and turbo. Red interior. It's pretty sweet. Dude, look at the C10. Does that have... It's literally got engraving in the bumper. The whole bumper is engraved. Same with the inside. Oh my God. Crazy engraved wheels, engraved all the things. Not necessarily my style, but definitely something I can appreciate. So I believe this is Ken Gushi's new FD car, and this thing is awesome. So it's got the factory engine in it with a bigger turbo and such. It's got WiseFab already, which I guess it would be like a BMW WiseFab. The interior, look at the interior. So it's got a Samsonis box, it's got a Motec PDM and handbrake, and this thing is really, really nice. I like these wings on these cars. Yeah, look at that, man. This thing looks sick. This is gonna be so cool if this is an FD this year. It's kind of crazy to see all the different injectors. Is that a direct? That must be a direct injector. With just all the different shapes and sizes for all the different vehicles.
This big boy.
Yes.
You know that's big boy.
Yes.
Give me your intake on that. What do you...
Oh, this thing is beautiful. I gotta find a better project to use it for. The RX-7 is not worthy, because I'm not gonna turbo it anymore, but oh, it's just so good. If you haven't seen my video on this, we put it in the RX-7 and it is a phenomenal piece. I love this part is what's so cool to me.
Yeah,
the pumps, the slip-in fit, instead of having like clamps or something like that, it's just like so finely machined with their pumps that the pump just slides in and is secured in there. It's just so sleek. 3 pumps. That's crazy.
2,000 horsepower.
Yeah. No, that's so it's 415s. Wow.
Yep. And I mean, we have reducer sleeves for it as well, so you can put...
Right.
You can put 1 pump in there, 3 pumps, 2 pumps, and with the dual stage setup too, allows you to, run 1 pump on 1 stage and, do a hub switch or tune it in, or you can, if you're a drag setup or something that you need all that right away, you can run it all on 1 stage.
Yeah, just run power, have it power to both turn on at the same time. What is this for? Is this the truck thing?
Yep, this is one of the Silverado modules.
Yes.
It has a DW400 built right in.
So cool. So they have these for the new truck. So I'm going to be doing my turbo truck.
Okay.
And one of the big dilemmas is like trying to fit fuel pumps in there. So this is like a factory hanger with a 400.
You take the old hanger out, pop this one in. It utilizes the factory hanger, and you just pop it in. It's set up for a return or returnless.
Oh, that's so cool.
We have everything ready to go for you.
And then the LS fuel rails. I have a set of these, but I thought I didn't realize I didn't have an LS1 or 6 intake. I'm saving them to put them on the Miata. These are really cool. They've got 8th MPT ports on both rails, so you could run a fuel pressure sensor. You could run a fuel pressure sensor on both rails to see if you're getting fuel pressure drop.
You can plumb nitrous in there.
Oh yeah, nitrous fuel.
Like, here's the 1819 Coyote rails. We actually put a couple other ports on the side.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow, it's crazy.
That's how tiny it is.
It's so tiny, and it's a 440.
Yep. So yeah, we actually
look at that. Have you seen this, Ben?
Yeah, I was looking at it.
liters per hour.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's how tiny it is, and yeah, it flows so much. And I mean, if you were to incorporate, this will fit in any stock basket. So I mean, you have a 440 liter per hour pump.
In anything that you can fit in anything.
Or anything, or if you can put 3 of these together, and I mean, that's...
Oh man, yeah.
And with being brushless, it's, you know, compatible with almost every fuel out there. I think it is every fuel out there. And then it lasts for a very long time since there's technically no...
Yeah, brushes and windings to wear out.
No parts that are touching, you know, no
right.
friction, so it's nice and...
yeah, that's cool, man.
I think last year we ran them in 1,000 hours of water.
Really? In water?
In water.
That's crazy.
1,000 hours of water, and then...
Because water's probably got very minimal lubricative properties.
Yeah, and I mean, we were just blown away there. They're one of the pumps that we think they'll be like a lifetime pump of the car. Like, it'll probably outlast the car.
Right.
If you have the right setup, so.
That's so cool, man. When you guys, when is this going to be available?
Middle of 4th quarter here. So before the end of the year, this thing will be out.
Before the end of the year? Awesome. So I'll put a link to the literature for all this stuff. That'll be easy. Oh, do you guys have wrenches now?
Yep, so we have all tool sets.
Oh man, I need some of these.
Soft ice.
Oh man,
get you some of these.
That's so cool. And the wrench sizes.
On the back too,
yeah,
so
they just clip right on the jaw. That's really cool because
fully adjustable goes all the way up to 16.
That is awesome.
So yeah, and they're nice and soft, and super smooth.
Yeah, and very like I have one of these and it sucks. This one's a lot smoother.
It's got the channel
a lot tighter.
Comfortability.
Yeah, that is so cool. And then you have the individual sizes. That's really cool too.
Yep, individual sizes, and then this is something that is
what
actually
is that?
one of our first renditions of it. So it's a dual pump setup for the Mustangs, the newer Coyotes.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are running, you know, aftermarket triple pump setups that are like pumps on a stick, and
right,
they're just not really difficult to, you know, figure out what you're going to do with the level center and everything. So we utilize the same size bucket, and then we were able to fit 2 DW400s in here, which is good for
that's crazy,
100-ish probably. So
that's so cool, just in the stock thing.
Got a 10 AN feed out, 6 AN return, set up for return. I mean, it's...
Yeah, that's awesome. Just a drop-in solution for...
Finding drop-in solutions, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for the end user.
Oh, I get it. Okay, so you've got in-tank feed up into surge tank. So you can see that it feeds in and then returns back out into the tank, into the in-tank pump.
Nice overflow, and then you got
your feed here.
You got your overflow that goes back. So this thing should be full at all times, regardless of how much power you're pushing everything. So it's nice and easy. Goes out, goes to the regulator, up to the fuel rail. Showcases everything that we have from the tank all the way to the fuel rail. So we want to have
fuel rail, injectors.
Pretty much a one-stop shop for an entire fuel system.
Yeah, that's what's really cool about you guys coming out with the fittings, because it's just, you could go to you and just get everything you need all in one stop. And I've learned that when you get everything from the same manufacturer, everything works together so much better than if you're trying to mismatch stuff and the fittings don't fit together quite right. If you have good fuel, like good fuel control, fuel pressure, whatever, injectors, everything. If you have good fuel, the amount of fuel you need, you have good oil pressure, your motor's gonna last a long time. It's when you lose one of those two things that you start breaking stuff. That's why I always, think it's important to invest in a good fuel system and a good oil system. Sweet, well, I appreciate you showing us everything. It's, like I said, it's really cool to see it all in one place. So this is the talk of the town here. It's an electric Mustang with a 6-speed transmission. So let's see, there's the motor. That's really gnarly. Electric motor, 5-power dual-core electric motor, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Batteries, 350 kilowatts, don't know what that means. Stackable to 350 kilowatts. Where's the transmission? That's what I want to see. There's the charger. Does it really have a 6-speed? It's got a 6-speed. That's crazy. That is super interesting. I'd be really curious to see how these perform. Because I mean, that's like one of the big killers to me for electric stuff. It's just no gearbox. So having a manual gearbox and that much power I feel like it's going to be a total game changer. Yeah, I didn't even know this was here until 5 minutes ago. Look at that lithium and the carbon fibre. That's really cool though. I'm really curious to see what that's going to end up like. Cool, check this out. Looks like an old school Hemi. I don't know enough about Hemis to tell you more about that, but it's got the dual plug, so it's definitely an older one. Hillborn injection or some sort of crazy injection system. ITBs basically. Some sort of transaxle. I don't know what, if it's manual or auto. Looks like it's manual. This thing's pretty wild. I've never really had a chance to look at this car up close. I've seen it at events, but I've never gone by to talk to them. I definitely if I decide to try to do Pro 2, a C5 or a C6 is what I want to build. Drysump.com, dude, he's got a dry sump just like me. It's crazy to see like the carbon Kevlar inner fender liners and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, this thing's cool, man. I really like this car. Definitely excited to build another Vet one day. I don't think I've ever seen Blasphemy in person. Love me some Gasser builds. I love the Hillborn injection, and this thing is so cool. This thing, if I was ever to build a drag car, it would be something like this. Like an old school drag car, that is. I love the gold flake. This thing's rad. I feel like this is a very hipster car to like, but I have to be honest that I do like it. It is pretty cool. Seems like all cool Porsches have a 4-point cage. Oh, look at the tiny little old school steering wheel. Oh, and the metal 4 braces. Almost left you guys without a shot of the rear end. Look at the width. Look at the whale tail. Look at the turbos. Wow. Very hot. Look at this. There, it's pretty sick.
Reminder, that's all.
And the baller wheels. Can't forget those. There's a cool bike over here. Look at this cafe racer, Ben.
Yeah, I love these.
That's really nice too. I like this one. I really love these old like Camaros and stuff where they redo the suspension. Like this thing's got tubular arms. It's got an LS in it. That's cool. The intakes are what would be like the fog headlight. You know, they take these nice, really beautiful older cars that are super cool but very dated handling wise, and they update like all the suspension and the running gear. So then you've got a car that handles like a modern car, but you know, it's old and classy. Yeah, I'd love to build something like this one day. This thing's gnarly. That's so clean. Holy cow! Look at that. I love the black and red, like the engine. It like just looks like a toy in there. Yeah. The interior. It's like old school but futuristic at the same time. Oh, look at the seats. Those are so cool. There's a bunch of other people that want to look on it. So look at that cargo area. You can take all this stuff with you. And I'm pretty sure this is heaven. LS's everywhere. LSX 454, 376. Just all the LS's. There's so many LS's. Who thinks I should throw a roots blower on the LS Miata? Ben, I've had a yearning lately for I don't know what reason to do a roots blower on the Miata. Completely pointless, but just because it would be fun. Just to blow the tires off. I think it'd be fun. I just love that Chevy has so much like performance parts stuff that they make. That's so cool to me. Like look at that massive, I'm assuming air to water intercooler. Anodized red giant turbo. I mean, what is that, a 5 or a 6-inch downpipe? Titanium, beautifully TIG welded. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not, you know. I love the anodized red, even the Kirky seat, they've got it anodized red. Anodized red beadwalk wheels. This thing is baller as heck, man. Probably makes like a gajillion horsepower and does wheelies. Look at this 2002. I don't know if that's the newest. I would assume that's a newer BMW engine out of like 335i or something. Freaking carbon fiber intake manifold. Wide body with center lock BBS's. That's pretty sick. This thing's pretty cool, man. The wide body's a little bit too much for my taste, but it's very well done. Very, very well built, put together car. I'm loving all this titanium work. That's a really nice downpipe. How it goes up and then very, very clean. So my first modified car was a Porsche 944 Turbo. So this thing's really cool. This looks to be a 944 Turbo. It's got an LS with some crazy ITB setup. Look at that crazy, look at the reservoirs for the pedal boxes there. I love how they painted everything this like flat gray. I'm not too big on the wide body. I think these cars look really good as is. I don't think they really need some additional wide body, but the interior Look at the custom built seats. Oh, the steering wheel, the stitching. I love, interiors are so cool to me. Like well put together interiors. This is a freaking beautiful interior, man. This car is sweet. Definitely want another one of these cars one day. I just have too many cars as is, but this thing's pretty sweet. I had to stop by the Holly booth. This car's on BC forged wheels and BC coilovers. It's like a time attack car. The guy made all these carbon panels. Like these are all real carbon panels. This thing is super, super gnarly. Obviously we got Holly EFI, best in the biz. Oh, this is cool, man. LS swapped IROC Z. Holly EFI, obviously. Dude, this thing's tight as heck, man. Really nice Camaro drag car here. I wonder if it's turbo LS. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Turbo something. Oh, of course, turbo LS, as expected. Got 2 filters feeding down in to each turbo. Yeah, that's cool. I like this color on these cars. I love seeing these cars with just like some nice speedwalk drag wheels. It just looks so good. I'm not even a huge muscle car guy anymore, but can't argue that that's nice. Oh, this thing, dude. Look at this, dude. Oh man, this is cool. Crazy long travel. I bet you it's twin I-beam suspension. Crazy kink shocks. Like the air bump stop. Non-turbo LS, just a standard LS. Truck accessories and stuff. But crazy, look at the beautiful TIG welds here. This is some like amazing work. Like all of these welds are really nice. Freaking wide body pre-runner. It's so cool to see like an OBS F250 built like this. Crazy long travel in the rear, I'm sure. Look at that sway bar mount. Oh, and that's cool. They've got the digital dash over here for the co-driver. They got a handbrake. They got cup holders. Yeah, this thing's sweet, man. This thing is super, super cool. I'm digging it. Ben, what do you think?
Pretty
cool, man. I think this is the Kibitech truck. They're all amazing.
They're all like perfect.
Yeah, they're all like super, super solid. I guess that's pretty much it for the Holly booth. Definitely had a really good range of stuff here. My favorite cars of the show are always the ones outside because they're not really built for SEMA. They're just cars that are good enough to get into SEMA. Look at this thing. It's got cantilever suspension, these crazy billet rockers, double A-arm front suspension, big low wood brakes, rotiform wheels at 615Ks. It's got some sort of twin turbo BMW looking 6-cylinder. I'm not really sure. It might be a LFX. It's some quad cam V6, but it's twin turbo. It's like an old 30s Ford. So if you look over here, you see the other turbo. And then it's got like an old dirt track wheel, like the metal holes drilled steering wheel that are so cool. Interior super clean. It's got a handbrake. This thing is so cool, man. This is one of my favorite cars I've seen here so far. I like this a lot. This thing is rad. We found side-by-side land. Side-by-side, side-by-side, side-by-side. And then randomly a beautiful bagged C10. This thing is beautiful. Look up. What's up? Oh, wow. That's like all the amps and stuff. Because this is like the Hyponics booth. That's pretty cool. In the roof, man. I like that mirror. Beautiful paint too. Look at that flake. There's some freaking good stuff here this year, man. Some cool taillights on a cool rat rod. And then a couple of vintage Broncos. There's literally a lot. All right, more cool stuff outside. Got this cool fire truck. It's got a supercharged V8 in it. It's cool, like fire pump. Bagged this thing, crew cab, with some sort of newer diesel in it. I don't know enough about newer diesels to tell you what it is. Maybe a 6.4, maybe a 6.7 Ford. That might be it. It's definitely a newer Ford diesel. This thing, look at that, beautiful. Twin turbo Coyote. Then this one, it's a Ford. The twin turbo Coyote. That's cool. Staying true to the Ford. Got this sweet gasser here. I'm a sucker for rat roddy gassers. This thing is sweet. Look at the interior. Oh my God, sparkly vinyl everywhere. Gold sparkle vinyl everywhere. Patina dash, corn cob husk on the. This is my style right here. Gold tint. This thing is pimp as heck, man. This is so cool. I don't even know what engine's in it. I don't care. Big roots blower truck here. I like the interior. I like those aluminum seats. Just patinaed, bagged, roof rack, old suitcases. You got a winner. You got yourself a show winner. You put one of those together. What's cool is like you look at the patinaed outside, which it's obviously fake patina, and then you look under there. It's like crazy beautiful TIG welding, frame, chassis, aluminum drive shaft, bags, 4-link. You know, it's like super well built and then patinaed. This one's a little too fake patinaed for me. The gasser is like real patina. That's what's cool. Oh, and then there's a lowrider. This is a good section, man. These are all bangers. Got this sweet lowrider here, stunt, and then this truck I was showing you earlier, nitros and 6 individual downdraft carbs, roots blower, crazy forward exit exhaust, obviously bagged. I love the firewall. That's really cool. So there's such, like, outside has the best stuff so far, in my opinion, by far. This is a pretty cool combo here. Cool old truck. That's some old single-cylinder Harley. I saw this vet build on Instagram just recently. It's got like old school looking wire wheels, but they're, you know, 18s with real tires. It's got I don't know what, an LT4. So, you know, it's got all this amazing engine in it, modern. And then look at the interior. It still looks bone stock, but it's, you know, it's a manual trans. And, I mean, this thing is absolutely incredible. Look at this thing. I mean, that is so cool. Man, that is so cool. Look at the, titanium side pipes with TIG welded pie cuts. Wow. This is cool, man. This is cool. It's got all the hydraulic hoses with the quick connect, or like the locking latches. You can see the locking latches there. Custom built coolant tanks and air filter boxes, and you know, this is cool to me. This is real quality stuff. It's got a dry sump. Look at the dry sump tank over there. Yeah, some top quality stuff, man. Good, I had to come back to it. Caged, crazy 4-link, all that stuff, but look at this. It's got an LS in it, of course. But like, it's got AC, it's got freaking racing seats, manual trans, like it's like a race truck. It's like a legit race truck. How cool is that, man? There's every flavor of truck here you can imagine. Like look, tube front, custom front suspension, so cool. Let's go back this way. Oh, and now look at this thing. Man, there's so much good stuff here this year. This is baller. It's like a rat rod you could go jump, you know? That's cool. Crazy King shocks, long travel suspension. Crazy interior, nice stack gauge cluster, super clean and simple. Big giant radiator. Beautifully TIG welded sway bar mounts, and this is cool. This is really cool. All right, the sun's going down here. We're gonna end this out right. Check out this thing. It's got cantilever, you know, push rod bag suspension. Some sort of Hemi. I don't know my Hemis enough. Look at that, I love all the fuel pressure gauges. It's cool, dual carbs. Big, like 871 blower. Beautiful. Like look at the framework. The front and the rear. Look at the frame back here. You can see the radiator down there. Oh wow, look at that. You can see all the suspension. You can see the shocks. I wonder if they're like hydraulic rams. Yeah, well you can see the bags there, and then very beefy, some sort of rams. Fuel tank down there. This is what you come to Sema to see. Look at that steering wheel. That steering wheel is crazy. Those seats are interesting. That is cool. That is cool. I guess we're gonna end it there.